of the comments. So we are live. That's my favorite part about this. It goes fast. Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert with the Ted Show. I know you can't imagine what we're talking about today. We're talking about masks, but so much more. We have Pat and Kelly Roth with the mask.
Hello.
And then we have Renette and Todd. Is it Feren?
That's
Feren,
right.
yeah.
Okay, Feren. We just have so much talent in one show. I'm feeling inadequate right now. No, I'm not, but I had to say it. So welcome to the show, guys. Thank you for being patient. My schedule is crazy, but I definitely think what you guys are doing is absolutely amazing. So much talent. So please, let's start. We'll start with Mom. You know, beauty before age, and we will tell us a little bit about you, Pat Roth, and then kind of what your contribution is to the masks we'll get to later.
Well, I moved down from Gainesville in September to live with Kelly, and I was a church organist up there for probably 40 years and have always sewed. And so I just started, we just decided to start doing the masks. And that's where
I chained her to the sewing machine.
Yes.
And I said,
knowing Kelly, I'm not really sure if that's true or false, but we're all going to guess. It could have gone either way, honestly.
I am the factory. Yes. Part of it.
Well, I'm glad to see you, and I'm glad you're here. All right. How about you, Miss Kelly? Your hair looks good.
Thank you. Well, you know, I am a natural blonde.
Me too.
Are a natural blonde, 100%.
Absolutely. You can be too.
Oh, good.
We know where to get it.
I absolutely do. All right, tell us about you, Kel. For those who I can't imagine no one knows, but you know, tell them a little bit about you.
So I am a real estate agent, and I was lucky enough to buy a house next to Renette and Todd. And after being locked up in my house, being grounded by the US government with this COVID-19 thing, I was given one of these masks to wear, and they're ugly, and I don't like wearing ugly things. So after chaining Mom to the sewing machine, she started making these wonderful masks, and I started putting my business cards on them and handing them out because we have lots of extra fabric here in the house. Then I saw Todd and Renette, and we started talking 6 feet apart, of course. And of course. And she suggested doing some painting on them and also handing out her business card. And I did not realize that the two of them are unbelievably fantastic artists. And the next thing I know, I have these amazing, Mumsy and I have these amazing masks coming through the door. And so hold on here. And I mean, just go on and on and on. And we're going to put up lots of different examples of them. But long story short, people started seeing them and asking for special orders from everything from Bugs Bunny to Winnie the Pooh, so on and so forth. And we now attach both of our business cards to them. And I've had nurses that have come and gotten 15 different styles of masks because they put them over their N95 masks because they're sick and tired of just looking at this all day. And this is much more fun to look at, and it brings happiness and joy. And it makes it less scary. And it's because of the combined skill set that we're not only making people happy, but also making things less scary. So that's my story.
Tell us, since Ed Feren is on, just so you know. I'm trying to keep track of everyone who's watching. I imagine that's a relative because it is spelled the same way.
It's a very common name.
All right. All right, let's talk about the Ferens, the talent, the artistic talent behind the masks. We'll start with you, Renette. Tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
So, well, my origin story is I started as a makeup artist. Oh, I went to art school, of course, that paid off with all of this. And makeup artist by trade. And obviously, I can't touch people's faces right now for safety purposes. I can't paint 6 feet away. So Kelly approached me and she's like, I'm making these masks. Like, how cool would it be?
Although that's a really good idea for a brush. Just a 6 foot long brush.
Spray paint
makeup to people.
I'll try it. Why not? But yeah, and she approached me about like, she's like, oh, I know you do art and you're so talented. I'd love to see, maybe we could try something with this. And we did a couple little funsy ones and they turned out great. And, you know, we did, I did my Bugs Bunny one. And then Todd has the Pennywise. Because, you know.
It's a good one.
That's good. That's good.
We do horror makeup stuff and all sorts of crazy things. So, yeah, we went to Publix the other day and like everybody was like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. And I'm like, well, we make them. So.
Oh, that's cool too. See,
that's a special one for a friend. So, yeah, and it's been really great. Like we're getting these crazy, you know, suggestions. I did this one recently too. It's a little genie.
Oh yeah,
and then, you know, people that have fan-based stuff. Like I have a friend who loves Tangled, so we did a little Tangled design. So, you know, all sorts of cool things. You name it, I'll accept it.
I love the fact that you're doing something different so that people can actually feel good about wearing them instead of all of us hating every second of it, right?
Yeah, and personalized. You know, it's
personalized.
It's not a beige world.
I want to get into the masks and talk about all the different kinds and see more, but I would be remiss if I didn't at least let Todd tell his origin story and tell us a little bit about him.
Well, I started off selling makeup brushes that were 5 feet long. So when this happened, I kind of went out of business. I'm a writer and a performer, and I, for the past 10 years, managed shows on iDrive. You know, wrote and performed and managed in shows on iDrive. Currently, still have one running Friday nights called Mama's Comedy Show, which is kind of like Whose Line Is It Anyway, except for adults, for grown-ups. It's much more adult in nature. And, you know, we've been, since the quarantine started, we've been doing, we tried a live stream of a show before the full lockdown came into effect, where we set up a studio and had a 3-camera shoot of the show and live streamed it. It was great. Our audience was tremendous. They were wonderful to us. But now we're basically doing this type of thing, a chit chat. We call them chitty chats.
Chitty chats.
Yeah, it's just the funny people from the show all getting together and just talking about whatever for about 30, 40 minutes. And the audience just keeps coming in, and they're a fantastic audience. We can't wait to get back to them.
So people can actually, just before we get to masks, I'm curious about this. People can actually sign up and become part and still be part of the audience for the show.
Oh yeah, we live stream it on our Mama's Facebook page. So that way, one, we're still making that connection with our audience because we do have a really strong base of people who come week after week to the live show. So it's really nice to still get to interact with them in some fashion, even though it's through a computer screen. We still get to talk, and it's still nice.
That's cool. You'll have to, if you don't mind, when you share the show, make sure you share that link, because I would love for people are looking for stuff to still be engaged, and they don't want to go to another Zoom meeting. They just don't want to be on, nothing against Zoom, but they just don't want to be on another Zoom meeting. They want to try to feel some sort of normalcy, and you're giving that to them, which is actually really, really awesome. All right, so the masks. So I know how strong Kelly's character can be. So when she gets an idea and she wants to do something and she's determined, everybody within a 10, 15, 100-mile radius is going to partake in one way, shape, or form. It's a great thing, especially when it comes to this. So you all start talking 6 feet apart about the masks. And then where did you come up with what kind of ideas, like what kind of characters initially?
I guess that was probably me, because I was thinking, like, how cool would it be to wear a face paint, you know, loosely, and this way, you know, you're still getting the idea of something fun and different, and you become a character. So it's kind of like, you know, just a nice little fun personality change from all this chaos. So, and then Kelly came up with some ideas to do like symbols. Like we did a great one for her family, for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Do you have that one?
Look at this. Look at how amazing
Wow.
this
She can do
one
fandom
is.
stuff.
I mean, it's just amazing.
So you draw the picture. Tell me the process of that, how that works.
If I can sketch it out, I will. Otherwise, I just usually I use trusty old Google or Pinterest and look up some great designs and then just create it. So that's basically it. And like sometimes there's some, like I think that one, since it's on black, I just freehanded it. I didn't pre-sketch or anything. I just did it like layers.
You understand, for most of us that can't even draw a stick figure, that is a big, huge, big deal.
So
I'm terrible at math, so it's like one or the other.
And there's no way that she could have gotten the Jaguars one wrong, because nothing you can really do can disappoint a Jaguars fan.
I knew there was a joke there.
I'm from
Jag.
Jacksonville. So it hurts me to say it, but it's true.
that's awesome. We
Love
will not be putting our address on this.
No, totally. The Jag fans love it. They're fine. All right,
So-
Kelly, you were going to say something?
Yeah, so what I was going to say is that Mom has done a spectacular job throughout the years of saving lots
Hoarding.
of. I wasn't going to say it.
Oh, go ahead.
All right, hoarding fabric. She's been a quilter. We've had businesses that have had fabric, and we've had lots and lots of fabric left over. And so, I mean, really nice fabrics and beautiful damasks and just in every color you can imagine. And I'm just sick and tired of moving them around. So when this opportunity presented itself to make the masks and use these beautiful fabrics, and then to combine them with their talents, it was, oh my God, this is a godsend, because I can clear out the house and use it to benefit people. And also, I had gone to see my doctor, and we got to talking about the how good the masks are, and she had said that if it can go through the spray test. So if you take a spray bottle and spray it and nothing comes through the other side, then it's sanitary, then it's helpful, okay? Because some of the fabrics that people have used are so loose that the particles will go through. So the fabrics that we're using are higher end. And so lo and behold, we've gone through just about, well, a good bit anyway, of the fabric that we've hoarded.
There's still lots there.
Yes, there's still lots there.
Of course there
And
is.
some of the stories, I just like to point out that, I'd like to offer anyway, is when we're out giving out the masks to people, we have a couple of different levels. We have masks that we just hand out for free, that are just basic masks. There's no painting or anything on them. And Mumsy and I were coming out of Big Lots, I think it was last week, and the blueberry story. And there was this Asian lady who was coming out, and she had what looked like a diaper across her face. And we've seen some very interesting mask-like things, everything from flip-flops to socks. And so this poor woman has this diaper across her face. And I said to her, do you want a good mask? And probably should have softened the tone a little bit, but I was just shocked at this horrible mask that she had. And thank God Mom was wearing her mask with the cross on it, so she knew that at least mom wasn't a heathen. And so the woman said, yes, I'd like a mask. That would be nice. So I ran to the car and got masks, and mom started talking with her. She chose a few masks, and then she said, wait, I have something for you. And she ran to the car and got this bag full of Beck's blueberries that she had just gone and picked. And I told her, I said, you don't need to do that. She's like, no, I want to do that. It makes me happy. And I thought, wow, this is so wonderful. In the middle of this pandemic, we're really connecting as Americans and as people. And I just love that story. It was great. So
Blueberries sound really good.
The pie was great.
That's right. You had a pie. All right. I have to ask, so the basic masks you're basically giving away, but you all this is a marketing. You also have marketing, right? Because the masks do cost money. It's not like it's this is a free thing. It's you have talent behind it, lots of talent. So talk about that, and then tell me how people can find the masks. Do you have a Facebook page? Is it just the three of you? They reach out. I see Todd putting his on now. How do they find them, and what are the costs?
Okay. So the basic mask with nothing on it, those are free. When you want something painted on the mask, then you would chat with Todd and Renette. Depending on what you want done, then it is based on a donation level. And we need to keep in mind that we have people that are out of work. We don't know for how long. We're all going to be out of work. And we know that a lot of the people who are asking for masks are out of work. So what'll happen is, depending on what you want, you'll talk to them and then come back to me, and I will give you a suggested donation as to what your request is. And then you would PayPal me the money, or you can pay cash when you come to pick it up. But that's how it works. You would contact me.
So what's the process? What has it been cathartic for you as artists, Todd and Renette, to be able to utilize your talents when everything kind of shut down?
Yeah, absolutely. I miss like it's crazy. I'm sure a lot of people out there are having like crazy quarantine dreams, and I keep dreaming about work. So I think this kind of fills that void of not being able to paint every day and make people happy. And this is a different way of doing it. So, and we, like, as you can see behind us, it's a lot of our paintings we've been working on in the past. And, we like to paint.
I tend to paint more nerdy things and goofy. And then, she paints like these amazing, she painted our dog during the quarantine.
Oh, there's the pup. Hi, pup.
And it's just,
So yeah, this is a great way to keep ourselves busy, feel like productive, express our artistic,
What's it like having two artists in the house?
Unbearable.
Competitive. No, he's amazing. It's so funny because our artistic backgrounds are quite different. And what he does and what I do. Like one day we went to a friend's house and we painted, we both had the same idea. And we didn't watch each other's paintings, and we're like, "Oh, that's funny how you translated both the same idea." We should have put them both in here. Yeah. We didn't think about it. But they're very similar, but very different.
Mine was so much better, and she wouldn't. Well, I had to stay awake that night because she just kept staring at me, and I knew if I closed my eyes, something bad was going to happen.
That's awesome. You're brave.
What's that video you showed me?
What is it?
The video where
it's one of his.
Yeah, we were just playing around.
Again, one of those crazy nights where it's like quarantine craziness. So he made a TikTok.
Yeah, I did a TikTok.
TikTok, yeah. TikTok's
basically me saying, "Hey guys, my wife is in the shower. I'm gonna go scare her." And then I grabbed the knife and turned the corner, and came back covered in blood and went, "You should have seen her face."
And that's what we do when we get bored.
Yeah, for the video, she was actually waiting in the bathroom
with the blood,
covering me real quickly and screaming so that I could go back out for a punchline.
So that transitions. I ask every guest that comes on, what are you doing? And we'll start with the Feren, since that's where we're at right now. What are you doing to stay positive? Like, you've got the masks, but are you doing meditation, running? Are you reading more? Are you journaling? What are you two doing to stay positive on a self-care basis?
You basically nailed it. I've been trying to do morning yoga, which I usually don't do. And finally I'm like, this is it's a great excuse. I have nothing else going on. Might as well do some morning yoga, find my center. We're both members of an online workout.
Camp Gladiator.
CG Camp Gladiator. So every third day or so, or second day, we'll set up the living room and do this insane workout. And that keeps the day going and allows us to eat more. And, and yeah, in the painting.
I just last week put out my 5th book.
Wow.
So I've been basically coming into the office every morning for a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours, and just write like that. That's something that's super helpful to do, is just to have a goal in mind, whether it be a word count or a chapter or 2, and I just sit down until I'm done. And she's been really great about waiting right outside the door for me, scratching on it occasionally if I'm in too long.
Are you in there?
You both.
Oh, sorry.
You broke the stereotype I had for artists. I didn't know artists and working out went together. So that was very helpful. Totally blew that out of the water. All right. How about you, Mom and Kelly? What are you guys doing individually to stay focused, to stay creative, to stay sane?
Well, I can practice the piano and maybe go over to the church and practice the organ over there if I'm by myself. And I
over at St. Luke's
Methodist Church, and do boxes. I make boxes, and
she's been an organist for 50 years, 60 years.
50, please. Yeah, 50.
She's been praying for my soul for that long.
It's a lot of work.
A lot of work.
Praying and praying. Oh.
How about you, Kel? What are you doing aside from work that is keeping you positive?
Cooking.
I like that.
Baking. Just coming up with different recipes, but nobody eats meat. What the hell?
I do.
He does. I don't.
Well,
I think people are. I love your baking. I see a lot of the baking you do, but you do savory and sweet.
I do both. I was grounded a lot as a child.
A lot.
Just like now.
Yes.
I keep trying to ground her, but it's just not working. So.
It's not going to work.
No.
All right. So let's share your websites, your individual websites, because we always like to promote business too. Kelly, what's your website? People can reach out to you on the real estate side.
I think just come to my Facebook page, which is Kelly A. Roth. Just come to my Facebook page.
Facebook's usually the best.
Yes.
How about you, Renette?
It's pretty easy. It's just makeupbyrenette.com.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And Todd?
You can find Mamas on Facebook. We have a website as well, which is just Mama's Comedy Show, but Facebook is more active. And then if you go to toddferen.com, you'll see all of the information about my books.
Very cool.
Ted, we have a presentation for you.
Oh, yes. Please do tell. I'm excited.
So, Renette, why don't you show him what? So this is a mask.
Look at that logo.
Look at that logo.
That is amazing. I don't know, but it's a TED Show mask.
It's a TED Show mask.
You'll be ready for the next pandemic.
Oh, yeah. Assuming we ever get out of this one at this rate. That is beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us on your show.
Oh, my God. I love you guys. I think what you're doing is so cool. and unique. I've not had anybody on talking about masks, and certainly you all have taken the creative side of that and made something very dull but incredibly necessary into something at least fun, and you want to wear it, and then you get creative and you get excited about wearing it because you get to choose what's on it. I love that whole concept. All right, so go ahead.
I want to share with you, Ted, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I want to share with you just a couple of anecdotal stories. This has been, here, I'm going to actually put this one on. This is the Hulk. And we had a pizza delivery guy come, and he about lost his mind when he saw this. So these are just, we're going to go into the superheroes. We've done superheroes.
I love superheroes. I think that's a great theme, but I also love like the Disney characters that you guys are doing. And I just think the creativity, it's sky's the limit. I mean, if somebody comes to, when you have talent like your mom sewing and the two of them drawing and sketching and bringing it to life, I mean, that's just huge. Would have never thought of it. What's that one? Oh,
it's a little Ollivander symbol.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
So I have a friend who's obsessed with Harry Potter. So I was like, how cool would that be? You don't have to actually do something literal. You can just also do the symbol. So
see, I want you guys who are watching to think outside the box. Stop wearing that. Don't stop wearing it till you get a new mask. But the mask that you're bored with, reach out to Kelly, to Renette, to Todd, and just know that mom is somewhere chained to the sewing machine in the background. You guys are, you're absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for what you're doing. And I can't wait to wear that mask. But reach out to them, guys. And I tag them all, but I'll tag them again. They're going to share the show with their different ways to reach out to them. And I just think it's really, really cool what you guys are doing. Seriously, it's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
for bringing us
all
on.
right. Love you all. We'll see you soon.
Thanks,
Go forth
Ted.
and do good. Mwah.
Thank you. Have a great
Bye, guys.
day.
Have a great one. Don't
You
forget, support local. And this is local.